Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So first of all, before we get into anything else, I just want to apologise for the last couple of days. I haven't been able to stream, haven't been able to record videos. It's literally been such a nightmare. Every video I've ever tried to record, my computer's blue screened. Every time I start my stream up, my computer's blue screened within sort of 5 to 10 minutes in, and I just can't seem to work. In fairness, even without XSplit and anything like that, my computer's been blue screening anyway. So it's been an absolute nightmare, but just gone and invested in a new fan, so I'm hoping that should lower the volume a little bit in the background. Also keep my PC a bit cooler, which should stop some of the blue screens. So I'm hoping we're going in the right direction. I want to thank everyone that's sort of stuck by me and still here. It is much appreciated. You have no idea how good it feels to have people whispering me saying that I hope you get back onto it, I really enjoy your videos. It's really heartwarming. Sounds a bit soppy, but it really is. So anyway, in this video we're going to be going over the patch from yesterday, what the changes are, how they affect things, and basically my opinion. So it won't actually let me show the launcher in XSplit for some reason, so I'm just going to have to read the changes out. So this is more of a talking sort of video. Feel free to just have it on in the background. It's probably what it's best for. Anyway, so the first changes are zerg display in Outlands. As part of a testing phase, we're enabling the display of groups larger than 10 players on the cluster and minimap in the Outlands, similar to the red zone. So what this means is if you have more than 10 players in the red zone, you get obviously the zerg notifier, the red dots. This is now going to start happening in black zones as well. What does this mean? So it does go into a bit more detail. We'll go into that in a second. For me, what does this mean? This means that people can't bring massive zergs without counterplay. So fact is, yesterday I went to the black zone with Exertion and we got ganked by Envy. See? This is the thing, by the way. If anyone ever wants to whisper me when I'm online, please do. I will always try to reply. But anyway, we got ganked by Envy. They had to bring 10 players because if they brought any more, we would have known they were coming. So they were limited, and for that reason, they couldn't bring a zerg to kill us. And if they did, we'd have A'd out and would have been fine. So what does this mean? It means that smaller groups, smaller guilds actually have a role in the black zone now. Before it was zerg guilds, Niflgaard, Envy, just massive red army. All them big guilds were the ones that held control over the black zone. No one else would really get there without going there expecting to die. Now, smaller groups can actually do something about it. So I like this change, I think. Anyway, let's go into the further explanations from Sandbox themselves. We're doing this because we think enabling this feature encourages a more tactical gameplay in the Outlands and allows smaller groups of players to become active in the Outlands. Basically what I've just said. We'll be keeping this feature enabled for at least 2 weeks and will then analyse the collected data about Outland PvP in that time period to make a decision regarding the future of the feature. So, I like the fact that they're testing things in-game as well, as opposed to just on the test servers, because not everyone's on the test servers, no one's using them, whereas this, they can actually put it in and they're using the beta for what it's supposed to be, a testing period. And I like it, it's good. This is part of a bigger effort to improve the role/gameplay of the Outlands. So I think the Black Zone's in a bit of a weird place, or has been in a bit of a weird place. I like the fact that they're trying to make changes to it. Yeah, it's good. I actually like these changes. Okay, guild rank permission changes. I'm going to go over these very quickly. I think all of these just means that basically everyone below the guildmaster can now do a little bit more. It just means you stop the reliance on one person, as opposed to, like, before it was just the GM that could do stuff, and that's boring, especially when the GM goes on holiday for a week or stops playing for a couple of days. Like, you can't always expect them to be on every day. So a right hand can now manage alliance features in addition to the guild leader. So right hands are literally the number 2, that's why they're called the right hand. The fact that they can now do the same things as the guild leader in terms of the alliance, pretty cool. A Master of Coin can no longer give up territories, destroy buildings or take control of buildings. Main distinction from the officer role is being able to manage guild tax and guild account, as well as the ability to kick players from the guild. So a Master of Coin is basically the guild's accountant. Sounds crazy, but it really is. They can also kick people from the guild, which I thought an officer could do as well. A War Master can no longer give up territories, destroy buildings, or take control of buildings. Main distinction from the officer role is being able to declare guild versus guild attacks and kick players from the guild. So again, a War Master is just a little bit better of an officer. Officers just seem to be like what mods are in the game. They can't really take the actions, but they're there to be like an authoritative figure. And an officer can now promote / demote players up to the guardsman rank. So it's not bad. It's it just means that you're not so reliant on one person, I think, and the roles are a little bit more distinguished. Other changes: reputation info screen is now in the new UI look and includes the information what zones can be accessed. So I'm actually going to show this in game because I love this change. Such a little change, but it makes a big difference. So you can now see just what zones you can go into at different times. So a lot of people didn't know that below 1,000 you couldn't actually go into blues. I didn't. I thought I could still go into blues but not towns. So it's good to know the different information. And the other favourite change of the day: reduced time to teleport out of a dungeon from 60 to 30 seconds. Woo! Teleporting out of a dungeon is less safe than logging out, but had the same time investment, so it's always better to log out. Like, you gain more from logging out because you can't be interrupted logging out, I believe. So even if they're to hit you, they have to kill you before you log out or you're fine. Anyway, so there's a load of little fixes. I'm just going to go over the ones that actually mean something decent, basically. So there was a problem with beams still working on someone who's invised, which is pretty overpowered, to be fair. They fixed the loot bug, where if two groups killed a mob, there was a chance that the loot would be bugged for both groups and you had to wait till the 2 minutes to loot it. And the other one that is a massive change: fixed an issue which gave the party who made the kill the mob fame instead of the party who dealt the most damage. So now you can't get the griefers that come in and last hit a mob. It's based on the amount of damage you do to the mob, same as the bosses, and I like this. Maybe I'm jeweled, I am. But yeah, so that's pretty much, that's the main things, to be honest. I like it. I like the fact that, so to go over the changes, the Outlands change, I like it. I like the fact that they're actually using a beta as a beta to test things. It's cool, it's good. The guild rank stuff is kind of... Ooh, I apologise if that's just shown on expert. I've just got a like notification from Windows. The guild rank permissions just doesn't really mean anything to me. I don't think it's that important. The other changes, the rep info and the time to teleport out, I think are both positive changes. And the fact that they're fixing issues are pretty decent. The only issue I'm still waiting for them to fix is the Assassin Jacket one, where you can leash mobs onto someone else. Once that gets fixed, I'll be a happy bunny. Anyway guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope you're still sticking with me after these last couple of days. I will be back with a vengeance as soon as I can. So other than that guys, thank you for watching and have a nice day.